Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Laurie if you're new here. Today we're going to visit the Happy Mail project again. This will be part 2. If I can get it all done in part 2, we will. If I can't, then there'll be a part 3 and that'll finish it off. We'll see if we can get it done today. So that's the first thing on my list. We're going to work on the Happy Mail. The other things I wanted to talk to you about real quick before we get started was to remind you of Artistic Advent. The early bird pricing is only good in October. It's $37. I think it's a really great deal. If you've been interested in Artistic Advent, I would grab it soon because it's going to be November 1st, pretty quick. There's a link down below where you can sign up if you want to. And I'm excited about this workshop. I can't wait for it to get started. I haven't seen what the other artists have done yet. I'm looking forward to it. And I've created my journal to play along in. I'm not going to show you everything because I want you to see it for the first time when you sign up, but I have created my journal following along. That's my journal right there. Following along with Kim Pepper and her little lesson in creating a journal. I followed along exactly like she did, so mine looks very much like hers. And then my 2 pages are already in here, and I'll give you a sneak look. There's one page, and there's the other page. So if you sign up, you'll get to watch those 2 videos, and you'll get 2 videos per artist that are teaching, and there's 6 of us, so it's exciting. I hope I see you there. The other thing I want to remind you of is the newsletter sign up is still available. You get a free gift when you sign up, so there's a link below for that too. I won't be sending out a lot of newsletters. It'll just be for important updates like a workshop like I'm doing, or a workshop maybe I create. Art is going to go for sale at some point, things in the future that I'm planning. 2 more things. One real quick is a thank you to Terry. She sent me these white gel pens. I don't even know how to say the name, but there's the name. And I've been playing with them, and I absolutely love this pen. But thank you, Terry, for that. You're so kind to me, and I so appreciate that. And the other thing I want to say thank you to Mary. She sent me another card. I've run out of space to put things. I need a little board on a wall that I can put things people have sent me over the years. But I've started taping the cards and things that she sent to my closet door. Let me take a picture real quick and I'll show you. There. That's the recent card that she sent me. So I've just started taping them to my door. So thank you. I appreciate that so much. So let's get started on the project at hand. In the first video, covered all the cards and worked on this booklet. When I finished the last video, I had a bunch of scraps left over. I took those scraps and I took a plain sheet of printer paper and I glued all my scraps down. We're going to do something. We're going to work on this paper too. And that way nothing has been wasted. So all the little paper scraps that I had left over from doing the little bit that I did on the book, they're all together here on this one sheet of paper now. I have this little piece left over. I didn't glue it on because it's hard enough. I think I'll use it as a stencil. This may not look like what it does now when we're done. I consider this a starting point. So if anything disappears, that's just the nature of creating and layering. If we get to see peaks of something through, then that's the nature of layering. All right, so what I've done is gone through some of my papers and pulled out some that interested me. Just papers I stick in my scrap bin. And I also have my little box that I've been sticking scraps in. And I'm gonna choose from there as well. I wanted to tell you, this is a little bit overwhelming when you sit down and you're like, I don't know what to do next. There's so many cards, there's a book, there's papers, there's all this stuff. The best way that I found to attack it, if you would call it attack it, is to just pick one thing and start there. So I'm gonna put these aside, take this card, and I'm going to do something with it. Once I get started, the juices will start flowing, and then creativity will just happen. I'm gonna go through my papers, and I'm just gonna see what I have that might suit me as something to add to this card. I don't have the paper picked out yet, but I do have a jumping point. I've come across this flower on this paper. I really love it. I might use it on here. I'm gonna cut this out. I also like this paper. This was just a test paper for stamping. I was creating a stamp and I just kept testing the stamp. So I really like that. It has a shimmer to it. I'm gonna cut out her because I might like to use her on here. Then I'll continue looking through my papers and see if there's anything else. But I just wanted to let you know so that you could be looking at your papers in the same way. Not just scrap like this, but also any practice pages or test pages. You can still use your parts and your pieces. And I also might cut out this little half part here. See, just like that would be really cute on there. I've cut out my little flowers, and now we're gonna pivot because I've changed my mind. I don't wanna do this with this. I wanna do this with that. Because I was looking across the table at my other stuff and I thought, I like this with the brown that's left on the journal. So we're gonna go that route. So I was looking around at where to put these little cutouts, and I like this. And then I thought I want one more because I like to work in threes. And so I took the leftover and I drew on the back just a little scallop. I thought I'd put a little scallop down here. We're gonna see what it looks like. I might change my mind and cut out a flower. Maybe we want it down here. I kind of want it here. Okay, we have a starting point now. So, I know we had one before, but I changed it. You can change. You don't have to be stuck to anything. But before we do this, we're going to bring some paint in on this book. I think I just want to take a color that stands out to me as an accent color, and I want to kind of push back the background a little bit. Something like this. I wonder if I want to use my little stencil that I made. I could do that. You know what? We'll do that. We're going to use the stencil for that, and we're going to take gesso for the other part. And I'm just going to use a palette knife. I think I'll do both sides while I'm at it. Now, this is where some of you are like, I don't understand why you want to cover up something you've already put down. It's just the nature of mixed media. It's the only way to get from point A to point B, or from step 1 to step 2. And if you aren't willing to take it, you're kind of stuck in limbo. And so I want to be willing to take that step. Just give yourself freedom. I'm going to take my paint and my makeup sponge and my little stencil that came about from using a punch, and I'm just going to start putting circles all over my paper. You don't have to fill it in all the way either if you don't want to. If you want to leave some of your paper showing through, like in the middle there, I can still see some of my paper. You can do that. You can do anything you want to do. I'm not going to tell you you can't. So I'm really liking this so far. And let's do the other side. Might as well use the same color. Carry it through. Why not? I already have a circle here, so we're kind of continuing on with that overall look. Well, I like this. I want to add some pink in, so I'm going to use this stencil by the Crafters Workshop. It's called Mini Bricks. And I'm just going to put some pink paint in areas that I like. I scrubbed off my sponge onto my drop paper, but I didn't clean it, so it might show over a little bit of green. And I'm just going to put my stencil on here and just kind of go in places that the green isn't, but overlap the green slightly. I'm really liking how this is looking. Oh, just making me very happy. I thought I would use my very favorite stencil next, but I'm going to keep that in reserve. I think I might need it to tone this down. This is mesh from like a bag of lemons or something you might buy that comes in a mesh bag from the grocery store. And I wanted this sea breeze color on here. And I wanted to put it bold, but then I thought, no, I want little tiny marks. So I thought the mesh bag would be perfect. It's interesting and different, so we're gonna go with that. So I'm just gonna lay this down here and try it out in a few areas. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Okay, we're gonna keep going. When you like it, just do more. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at it. I think that's good. So now I think what I want to do is bring in a light color. This is bleached sand. Maybe that's a good color. This is so everything kind of just comes together now. I'm hoping. And my favorite stencil, plaid folk art, and this is called Single Rose. I say it's my favorite. It's one of the top, but I use it a lot, so it must be a favorite. I'm gonna put the whole flower on here. We'll start with the small areas so we can stop if we get in the danger zone of hating it. Oh, that's just too pretty. No, we're going all the way, guys. We're going all the way. It's bringing it together for me. I was hoping it would. Isn't that pretty? Doesn't look at all like it started out, does it? Not that it wasn't pretty before. Loved all the papers. But now you can see bits and pieces of the papers popping through. I see the dog. I see the flower. I see the little check boxes. I see the little stripes here. I still see everything. Okay, let's try our flowers on here. It is possible that we're not going to see all the paper once the flowers are put on, but you still get the gist of everything, and I think it's just really pretty. So we're just going to work on the front right now, and we're going to put this down. Yes. I was going to put this up here, and then I was going to put this one down here, but I was thinking it was too heavy on that side, so then I thought, well, maybe this way. That looks kind of good. That might be the way to go right there. How about that? And I'm not going to go all the way to the edge of the brown. I'm going to stay on the papers on the front of the book. So there'll be a little gap there. We're going to glue those down. Yes, we are. I think that's just adorable. And then we'll do something here. Let's see about the other side of the book with this paper that I love so much, and let's see if there's anything I can put in that center there. I think what I'll do is I'll draw a scallop on the back here, and I'll draw a flower here and a flower here and cut those out, and we'll place them and see how they look. I have my flowers cut out, 2 of them. I put one up here and one down here in the corner, and then I cut out some circles and I put them down the edge. I kind of like circles. I don't know why. I cut this out to use over here, but I don't know if I want to do that. Then I went through my scraps, because scraps are the wonderful thing about scraps is you can use them for everything. And I thought, well, this has the little turquoise color in the center. That would be cute. I might use that. And then I like this. I thought, well, maybe that. I'm going to try a circle out of this and just see if we like it for the flower center. Oh, yes, it's perfect. So I'm going to glue the rest of this down. So I haven't decided what I want to do with the rest of the covers. So what I want to do is turn it over to the inside. I thought I would use this girl down here, and I'm going to do something around here. So I'm not going to glue her down yet, but I've been trying to, it's okay. I've been trying to figure out what to do here. And I went through my papers, a lot of my papers, and I originally thought I might try this, but then I thought no. And I really like this section of this paper. And so I thought what I might try, just cut it off. I might try like a scallop coming out of here. I don't want to put paper under here because you're not going to see it. So I'm just going to put it on the edge, like right up to the edge, like this, like that. And I thought a scallop coming out that would still reveal some of this paper below, but show this paper on top. So let's draw a scallop on the back, and I'd like to leave enough space to see this. Let's take a look. I think that's really cute. I think we're going to do that. So I'm going to cut another one. Okay, this is what it's going to look like once I get them glued down. Isn't that cute? And it really looks good with her. I've got my little scallops glued on. I really think that's cute. I'm not gonna do anything to this paper. I like the little dots poking through. I want something in the center here. I was trying to find something in my scrap bin here, and I found this little piece of paper with this orange looking circle. And I just liked it. So I thought I'm gonna try this and see if it will look good in that circle. I kind of like it. I'm still not sure though. So I'm gonna reserve that for later. I could cut one of these flowers. She came from this paper here, so I could cut out one of these. Okay, I cut out the flower. Here was my original plan, to have this little book placed under here, which I still can do, and it looks really cute there. And then let's see what that looks like. It's a little bigger than the circle, but if I don't glue it down all the way on the edges, it'll look good. And I wanted to do something around the edge here. I got out some washi tape to look at. I don't have any idea what this is supposed to be. It's kind of like a ombre. Well, I'm thinking maybe this will look good with the stuff I've got on here. That does look good. Okay, I'm going to go around this paper with my washi tape, but I am going to put down some glue because you know how I am about my washi tape. It doesn't stick all the time, so let's put down some glue. I'm going to put it down here like this. Now I'll put down the glue. All right, I'm going to go ahead and glue this down because I know I like it. All right, now I got to find a center. I don't have one ready. Oh, do I want to glue her down yet? Am I ready for her? Do I want the washi tape here also? It's kind of cute, like it's being held on by the washi tape. I kind of like that. Yeah, we'll put it at the top and the bottom of the check. How about that? So I'm looking for a centerpiece, and I'm once again in my scraps. And I see this purpley looking thing, which might look good. I'm gonna cut that out and see how I feel about it. I actually like it, but I think I'll cut it down a little bit and I'll round it up some. I still might add one more little thing in the center here. Maybe a little white dot or something, I don't know. I just know that you just keep trying until you feel like you've achieved success. Could be forever, right? I like it. I still need to do a little bit of something on this inside of the brown. So I glued a little bit of this paper. It was looking like it was coming up from the page. So that's where we're at so far. I am loving it. I think it's really cute. This would never have happened without the Happy Mail, so it's awesome to see something come to life based on something you were given. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit for a minute. I think I'll move on to the cards, and I'll do more here later because I'm really not sure the direction I want to take this. So I'm gonna take a break. I have moved my little book out of the way, and I brought in the paper that I showed you at the beginning of the video, just a standard printer paper that I glued all the rest of the scraps that I had left over from all the gluing I've done onto one paper. So now I've got one paper from many. And I'm going to start just putting some paint and gesso and things like that on this paper. I have the same colors out that I used on the book so far. I might change that. I really like this. I might use this on there. But I'm gonna start taking this gesso. This is Liquitex gesso. And I'm just gonna tone down the background, and you'll still see some of the paper pop through occasionally here and there, I'm sure. I even used this little red thing right here is the Post-it note where she wrote my name, because she does a lot of swaps and things, and she wrote my name on the one that was going to me, and it was on the package when I got it. So I even used that in here. Nothing was wasted. Already looking good. So now I'm gonna take some paint. Let's just do the stencil like we did last time. I think it'll look pretty. And this is not dry. I'm just going over a wet gesso. It'll blend in just fine. I'm gonna clean off my sponge, making more drop paper interest, and then we're gonna do the next color, which I think was pink. What did I use for the pink? Oh, the bricks. Let me go get the bricks. I'm going to turn the paper. I'm not meaning for it to go up and down. I don't really know how I'm going to cut it out. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. So I'm just going different directions. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to cut out some more cards because I'm thinking now that I'm further along, I'm thinking kind of what I want to do with the cards. And that just is beautiful to me. It's not quite as bright of a paper that I normally do, but we aren't done yet, so you just never know what's going to happen. I'm going to need the back done too. I think for the back, I might just find a piece of paper and just cover it. I found one sheet of paper, kind of has a color that I like, and I'm just going to glue this sheet to it. And this is making it thick because it's already on printer paper, and then you've got layers overlapping of scraps. And then another sheet of paper. This is newsprint though, so it's not very heavy. It's okay because when I cut them out, I don't mind them being sturdy because I'm wanting a card. Okay, so my paper's covered. That's what it looks like on the back, front. Ready to go, ready to make some cards. I've already got cards here that I know I like the size of, so I'm going to use those as a template. I think I want one there, and I want a couple like this, but I don't want the index card edge, so I'll lay that off the edge so it doesn't get taken into account. And there's one there, and then that leaves this center piece. I'll use that as a card. And then these pieces will be used for embellishments or something. Here's what I've got so far. You saw me cut this one. I've got that size. So I've got 2 of those. And then I have this left over, which we'll use for something, who knows what, but that can go in the scrap pile. And then I have this piece left over, and I'm just gonna snip off that, and I've got another card. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I have 8. So I need even, that's good. Okay, so this is the size we're gonna put together here. And then I have these left over, and these are all similar size, so I'm gonna keep those together. I'm trying to decide now if I want to paint and decorate these cards before I assemble them, because I'm going to assemble them together. I think I'll paint them up first. Okay, we'll do that tomorrow. Okay, we got kind of far today. That's good. That's good. Things are looking good. All right, I'll see y'all in a flash. Hello, Editing Laurie here. I just wanted to let you guys know I tried really hard to get everything finished in part 2. I just wasn't able to. There's too many things going on that I wanted to share with you, too many steps. So there's going to be a part 3. In part 3, I'm going to show you some of the things I've done to the cards, how I bind the cards together to create the little books that I'm going to create, and I'm going to try to get back to the big book and finish it. If I don't get to finish the big book or the project in general, I'll just work on it over time, and I'll come back and do a flip through for you guys. So part 3 will be the last of this series. Don't forget the Artistic Advent. The link is below. I hope to see you there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Don't forget the newsletter, free gift. And I hope you have a great whatever it is. And I will see you again soon in part 3.